Hello friends. Now that we have seen how actually do websites work, it's really very important for us to get to know some of the basic web terminologies used while working with designing and developing the web pages or applications. Let's begin. So as soon as you open a Facebook login page, you can see many of the things are present here. The very first thing which you can see here is https colon double slash www.facebook.com, which is called as website or URL. What is URL, what is website, we will see in the upcoming slides. Next thing which we can see here is web address bar. Now what is this web address bar? This is a bar where you write the URL so that the page will get loaded and you can see your particular item. The next thing is you can see this whole screen which is coming in the browser is called as web page. So when you are logging into Facebook, you can see that web page it will be presenting, and that is what is web page. The fourth and the last thing which you can see here is web browser, obviously, which is very important. And in your system, it can be Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, or Opera. Now let's slightly go to the one by one web terminologies and let's see what they say. First one is website. Obviously, a website is a location. It usually is a collection of online web pages which can be accessed with the domain name which you have seen in the Facebook login page. What is domain name? We will see later on. A website is composed of many web pages, documents, files, videos, audio, etc. And it is having a unique address which we call it as URL, as we have seen in the Facebook login page. Let's see what is domain name. Domain name is a unique name used to identify the location of a website on a web server. So as we have discussed what is a client and what is a server in the previous sessions, you must be knowing what is server. When you access a website through a web browser like Google Chrome, the domain name is translated to an Internet Protocol address, which is also called as IP address. And you must be knowing that for Google, I presented you the IP address which we have searched in your Chrome. Now, let's come to what is URL. URL abbreviated as Uniform Resource Locator, and it is the file address of a resource on the internet. A URL can represent a web page, an image, a video, a style sheet, and many more things. The next terminology is DNS, and we have already seen what is DNS and how does it look. It looks like a phone book directory where you can see all the domain names have their own IP addresses, and thus the websites can reach the particular IP address and show you the web page. Just like you write a web address or a postal address in your particular letter. The next terminology is web server. As you know, I mentioned that a giant library can be called as a web server where all the web pages are recited. A web server is a computer system where websites are hosted. And when you try to access a site, you basically send a request to web server to serve you with the content for that specific URL. So when a client will request the web server that this web page I want, the web server work is to serve you with that web page which you are requesting. Next terminology is client and server side. I don't think that there is much to explain here because client side and server side you already know. Client side is nothing but where you guys are sitting and you are operating and you want a web page, you are requesting a web page which is Facebook, Google, Amazon, Myntra, etc. Server side is nothing but where this request goes and it responds back with the Myntra page, Amazon page, Facebook page, or Google page, etc. The next terminology is web browser. And obviously, you know what is web browser. We have seen from the previous three classes, what is web browser. Web browser often refers to as a browser where your software applications can access information on the web. And these are basically Chrome, Firefox, Mozilla, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Edge, and Opera. The next web terminology is HTTP, and this is a very important terminology in internet or in web world. HTTP is nothing but Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and HTTPS is nothing but the secure version of HTTP. Now, what are these? These are just the rules and regulations to be followed when you are presenting a website in the internet. So, to ensure a safe connection for a website, you will need to get an HTTPS certificate. Then only you can design and develop your web page and you can host it in the internet. The last and final terminology is www, and I hope you guys know what is World Wide Web. This is a system consisting of interlinked hypertext documents that can be accessed on the internet. It's a collection of documents or web pages which are connected to multiple document or web pages through hypertext links. That means one web page can open another web page, and that another web page can open several hundred numbers of another web pages. And that is why it is called as World Wide Web. Thank you.